Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Online Music Promotion Summit. I'm so excited to have you all here today. Now, this summit was created to bring independent artists and music professionals together with tools, resources, and strategies to grow your music career in meaningful ways. Now, the one thing we wanted to do different with this summit was not just hear from the experts talking about music promotion, but to bring in people who are actually out there doing it. That's why we're starting with a band that is in the trenches, making waves and achieving incredible success. We thought it was important to learn directly from someone out there living it day to day. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Darrell Campbell, and I'm the host of this summit. Now, I spent my career working with talented artists, and I'm passionate about bringing you the experts and connecting you in inspiring ways that can help your career. So I'm thrilled to introduce to you today our first guest, Randy Webb. Now, he's the lead singer of an incredible band called One Day Alive. Randy is a singer, songwriter, and lead vocalist for the band, which has recently hit a huge milestone of 1 million Spotify streams. Now, he's here to share his insights, strategies, and see what led to his amazing accomplishments. Welcome, Randy. How are you today?
Good. How you doing, man?
Oh, I am fantastic. Randy, can you tell me a bit about yourself and how One Day Alive came together as a band?
Yeah, so you want the real long rock and roll version or the summary here?
You know what? You can go either way you want. We have time. Let's go with the long rock and roll version.
Let's go the long rock. Okay, so the long version, the life version. I played regionally, like we all do locally and all that stuff. Kind of was like, man, never really caught on, was doing big in the local scene, but never got outside that. I kind of backed away, and one day a guy called me that was like a local promoter and hooked me up with a guy that was a guitar player that was forming a band, and we just started writing. I hooked up with him and kind of instantly started writing. We wrote the first song, Nowhere, acoustic, just him and I. And our drummer, Garfield, was always kind of a big brother guy to me. He was that guy that everybody needs one of these guys, I'll tell you right now. And it will not say, oh man, it's awesome. He'll be like, if you brought him something that was bad, he'd be like, why? So he was a straight shooter, I could always depend on him. So we wrote the song Nowhere acoustic. I brought him like a cell phone recording, and he's been in the business, for a while. So I always valued his word. And he was like, man, I think you really might have something, with this song. And making it shorter, I asked him we didn't have a band yet, basically. It was me and a guitar player. So we asked him to come in and lay down some drum tracks, and he started hearing the other stuff we were working on. He was like, man, I'm just going to be your drummer. And then it just kind of picked up from there. So that was basically the formation of the band. You throw in, our guitarist also is Jason Knoll from a band most people know called Saving Abel, multi-platinum artist. He plays with us. He called on, run-ins with him and the mutual people, and he started producing, doing some production work with us, and ended up playing with us in the band as well as Saving Abel. So those were some expertise to have right there. But that's the long story, short, mid of the road version we threw together.
Okay. So, Randy, what inspired you to become a singer-songwriter and to pursue music as your career?
So, to be honest, mine was more of a personal thing. My oldest brother, he was quite a bit older than me. He was a vocalist, a singer, and he passed away when I was about 14 in a car accident.
Sorry to hear that.
And I kind of, your oldest brother, we were, more a decade apart, more so. He was probably, I think he was 20, something like that. So you always idolize your big brother when you're little, and I just kind of followed in his footsteps. He had some of his equipment around, and I would pick it up and sing the songs on the radio that he had, through the speaker and all that. And one day I was like, man, I had people coming around, like, neighborhood kids, your sister's friends and all that starting to listen. And, that kind of gives you your first taste of performing. You're in your bedroom, but you got all the neighborhood kids coming into the bedroom and stuff while you're rocking out. that was kind of my honest entry to it, and it just stuck. And I have another older brother who was a fantastic guitar player. So as I got a little bit older, 15, 16, 17, I had the luxury of having a pretty skilled guitar player there to, play music with and write with, so that kind of helped out.
Yes. Wow, that's great. I see. It's like music runs in your family, huh?
It does. My dad was a guitar player too. Not the best singer, but
Okay.
he was a guitar player.
Wow.
So my cousins and uncles and everybody's pretty musically gifted. My Uncle Tom was a phenomenal bluegrass player, actually.
Wow.
I remember coming in little and seeing a bunch of picks on his fingers. And those guys can play.
Yeah. Bluegrass is a whole nother level when it comes to playing.
Yeah.
Maybe like, what?
Yeah. What is going on over there? But I remember watching him when I was a kid, like, whoa.
Yeah.
So I've been around it.
Yeah, and it's also so inspiring to hear. I hate to hear your brother pass away, but you carrying on that legacy, along with your other brother that kind of helped push you along too. So that support is always important.
And when you do it that young, man, and I guess sometimes everybody's got their own reason, but that's just my personal reason. And you grow an emotional attachment to it, and it became a way of expression for me growing up. Going through a lot of that stuff, I would write it and I would sing it, and
therapy
always helped me. I kind of found my own therapy. And as I got a little older playing, I started to realize, when you connect with people, you can see that on stage sometime, when you're performing, and you really see the, wow, man, like they're really, relating to this. I think that's the reason that I kept doing it, thinking about it as I got a little bit older, a little more, playing out live in your bars when you first start, and people catching on, to your stuff that way.
Well, I can feel your passion. I'm sure the audience can as well. So your band just recently hit over 1 million Spotify streams. First of all, congratulations.
Hey, thank you.
So what do you think was the biggest factor in achieving that particular milestone?
Man, so I think that there's a lot of different factors that I'm learning and promoting a song. I mean, today it ain't the 90s anymore. Like, no giant label. If you're in the rock scene, I mean, no giant label is just going to come swoop you up and hand you everything. In today's times, I don't think. I mean, it could, but just learning your target audience. You know what I mean? Learning who paying attention, forming relationships with your fans too, no matter where they're at. We started noticing a lot of people, from far away that are catching on our stuff, and we really try to engage with them on social media, and it's crazy, man, how the world is a lot today, because there's people I've never met living, someplace in Iowa, and, I'll find myself going and, I wonder what they're up to, checking on them. You get to know people like that now. So, of course, social media is huge. For us, I know that right now they say that TikTok's the big thing, but for us, we came out, it was a double-edged sword. We started to really get our first songs out there in 2021, when the COVID thing was really big, and I think everything was online then. So Facebook really worked for us.
Okay.
That was our tool. Now I hear that kind of TikTok's blowing up, it's the way to go, but we just kind of, like I said, it's target for us. That's where our people right now tend to be, and we just market to them. And I think just kind of the same old thing, man, just having a good material, just having a good song, and presenting it right online, I think is big. I know the almighty algorithm can knock some great songs down, and you never get. So I always think, man, I wonder how many great songs there are out there. Like the next Nirvana that's going to come out and could change the whole music industry, and we're not going to hear it because of this algorithm.
Right.
I don't know all about that stuff, but I know that I can post one thing and it goes crazy, and then you post another and it was the wrong time of the day.
Right.
Or something like that.
And what I get mainly out of that is know your audience. That's really what I hear.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
know your target.
That's incredible.
Know who wants to hear you. And you can
Right.
see it when you first start. Even if you start with 4 people, I mean, you're going to see those 4 people, and you're going to see where they're from. You're going to see the other bands they follow. You're going to see the music they post about. So, I mean, you can't really, I'm not a big country fan, nothing against it, great songwriting, but you're never going to really like push a big country artist on me.
Mm-hmm.
So,
right. It's not your thing, right?
Yeah, you got to find your people.
Right. So that's really how you promote it, like Bring on the Pain, for example. Is that how you approach that? So it's really fan engagement and social media?
That's it. We first released what was the name of the first song? Man, I've been writing so much, you got to forgive me. We're in like crunch time right now. I've written about 30 songs in the last 5 weeks that I'll probably use 3 of. But the first song we released got about 500,000 streams, and I'm gonna be honest on that one. We put that one out, and I don't know what happened. It just kind of ditto. We were just coming out, and it was the first song, and we basically made some really cool little videos, little video clips, promoting it and put it out, and it kind of caught fire in a smaller way for us, and that gave us what we needed to look for when we put out Bringing on the Pain,
Okay, so it kind of set the stage for Bringing on the Pain.
We knew who was paying attention at that time in our audience, so we had a target audience at that point, and we built off that.
Wow, that's incredible. So what were some of the biggest challenges One Day Alive faced as an indie band, and how did you guys overcome that?
Man, I would say your biggest challenge is tour. And tour, is important. That's how you're going to really expose yourself and gain people. When you're coming out and you don't have a whole lot of traction, finding an agent to take you on that's going to put you out with some bigger acts and expose you, let you piggyback off of them and jump up there and play for their crowds. I think that, honestly speaking, that was the toughest thing for us to get. And there again, it came back to... Unfortunately, it came back to, streams and sales and things like that, keeping track of where you're at. If you're showing up on any charts, if you're, you have to kind of put that all in a package and give that agent a reason to say, yeah, I can put these guys out there with these other guys. And that was one of the biggest benefits we've had so far too.
So you actually did do the tour then?
Oh, yeah, we did a huge tour. We were on the Parental Advisory Tour with Josie Scott's Saliva, Trap, Tantric, Edema. We were out there most of the country. It was an experience. It was tiring. Right. It was brutal. It was intimidating at first. But that was the best thing for us. You really, especially if you get on a good tour, like with all those guys every single one of them were great guys. And, I'm friends with almost all of them now. And that's forming relationships, authentic relationships out there with other artists is pivotal, in my opinion, or my experience anyway.
Okay, so what advice would you give other artists looking to grow their streams and build their fan base? I mean, what's the main thing you would really tell them?
We're trying to release about every 6 weeks. We're trying to have a song, within the 2-month period to put out to keep it fresh. If you're coming out and you don't have a whole 2 albums worth of music out there, for people to listen to, find your target audience. Market to your target audience, learn what they want, learn their algorithm, when are they on, watch your algorithm, look at your posts, which ones did the best when, and you will start to see man, I posted this on a Wednesday in the afternoon and, got a lot shown to a lot more people. So definitely watch your lot, know your target audience, and play
so it
a
seems
lot.
To me, Randy, you really pay attention to the analytics then. That's what I'm hearing here.
Yeah, I'm not a very technical guy, so I'm not going to lie and try to fool people.
Right.
These are just whatever you call them, that's what I've noticed. I literally remember posting great stuff, coming out, starting out, and being like, man, how come nobody saw this, and I would research things and learn, learned about the algorithm. And then I started noticing, like I said, on a Wednesday around 4, I would get really good. Like, it seemed like a lot more people saw my posts.
Okay.
And, on Sundays, people would see my post more. So we started going, man, let's try posting on this day and this day between this time and this time. And we started to see a difference,
Okay,
Definitely.
I think you're a little bit more technical than you think you are, because you have some real analytics in there that I can.
All
that I
right,
can
all
see.
right. Well,
Yeah.
maybe I got a future in analytips later on. Then.
So how do you balance that creating content and being an artist, and how has that helped? Knowing the balance, how does that help your career?
So, well, I mean, it's essential in today's time. I mean, if anybody's going to hear your stuff, you have to. There's just no other way right now. I mean, unless you can somehow get in the bus and tour 300 days a year to expose yourself, which not many of us can. That's about it. Content, like balancing it all, though, we all kind of do different. We need something, and this guy will make it, and then the next week this guy will do something, and the next week this guy will do something. And we're a very band. We all collaborate together very well, and we try to share the workload.
Oh, that's great.
And it's a lot of work. It is a lot of work.
Yeah. So what I hear in there, Randy, you're saying it's essential that you guys handle this social media correctly. That's what I'm hearing. And I believe that'll help our audience a lot, understanding that this is no joke. You have to get on this. Yes.
Oh yeah. If you're literally you're just wasting time. If not, there's no other way, man. I mean, no more. It's hard to get the radio. You're not going to get a tour without the numbers. Like
Right.
I said, that agent's going to go, why should I put you out there? Show me that people are listening to you. So you got to do that. And they know the real stuff from the fake stuff too.
Exactly.
And,
yeah. Don't fake it till you make it.
Yeah,
Just,
you don't
just
want to
get
fake
out
it,
there.
man. You're just killing yourself. But it'll happen, man. I never thought that we'd pop 1.5 million streams off on one song. We are grateful, by the way. Well, we never would have. We were floored. Like, we just couldn't believe it. So
That is so great. That is so great. So what's next for One Day Alive, and can you share any exciting plans for the future?
I can. So we just had our new single, Never Again, which has a very different feel from One Day Alive. It's the direction we're headed. We love it. That was just released to radio yesterday. So it'll be available for streaming on all streaming networks on the 20th of December, but it hit the radio push today. And we are gonna be out on tour again in 2025. It's all being worked on right now. I don't have any specifics about when, with who, or where, unfortunately, today.
Okay.
But I'm usually the last to find that stuff out. I'm going, as you can tell, I have the whole ADHD thing going on all the time, so.
Okay, that's fantastic. So Randy, before we wrap up, I know a lot of artists and music fans would love to follow your band and support your music. So where can they find your latest release, and what's the best way for them to stay in contact with you?
Well, we would love to have them. Everything, all our social media, our TikTok, our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everything, and web is at One Day Alive. The new song is called Never Again. It'll be available for streaming on December 20th. It's on radio now, December 20th for streaming. So if you haven't checked us out, come check us out. Check out what we got up there now if you like it. December 20th, Never Again will be out. And come hang out with us on tour in 25.
Wow, that is great, Randy. And for everyone watching, don't forget, we'll be sharing more incredible insights from other amazing guests throughout the summit. So if you're interested in learning more about music promotion and growing your career, stay tuned for the rest of today's session. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to help spread the word, and make sure you don't miss any important, amazing content coming from the Music Promotion Network. And thank you, Randy. You shared so much with us on your journey and insight, for us today. And your stories are so inspirational. And I know a lot of indie artists out there are walking away with actionable strategies that they can use to grow their career. And to our audience, thank you for being here, kicking off the summit. So don't forget, One Day Alive, and support their amazing music. So stay tuned for the next session, and we'll start shortly, and we'll be hearing from Hyped It, a platform that has helped thousands of artists grow their streams and fan base with innovative music promotion tools and strategies. And later, we hear from one of the premier artist management firms responsible for countless success stories in the music industry, sharing tactics that you can learn and apply. So stay tuned. Don't forget, don't miss a thing with us. Register. Like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us continue. And thank you, everyone. Thank you, Randy.
Thank you, guys.